Hi guys, welcome back to Boss Diaries. Today in this video, it's going to be quite an emotional topic.
Oh my god.
I'm going to be talking about mental health and depression. This is a topic that, it's quite close to my heart, but I hope that this video can help somebody out there and help you to know that you're not alone in what you're going through, to help you to kind of relate to someone if you are going through this currently. Or if you know somebody that's actually going through these things, then I hope that this video helps you in order to know how to support them through it and what to do, what not to do. But yeah, I hope that this video helps multiple people in the world. And yeah, this video is quite close to my heart. So here we go. So for this specific video, I don't have my Boss Diary with me. So I'm going to be literally doing this off the dome. It's going to come from the heart, whatever God puts in my mind to say is what I'm going to be saying. So hopefully the video is structured and it makes sense. But yeah, let's get started. So first of all, I want to start off by saying that I myself have definitely been severely depressed. There's been quite a lot of moments in my life where I've gone from high to low. A lot of situations that I've been through in my childhood made me severely depressed. And I'll start off by saying the ways that I knew I was severely depressed, and I'm keeping it organic over here, okay? Because I feel there's a lot of people that sugarcoat stuff, but I feel like you have to be real in these situations. When I say child, I'll say like entering the secondary school stages. A lot was going on in my life. I was severely depressed. The main thing that stopped in terms of my normal day-to-day life was my eating. I was not eating at all, to the point where I became, is it not anorexic? There's another word, but it was really serious. I had to have doctors come into my school all the time and take me out of my lessons because I wasn't eating properly. I was underweight. So that was one thing that was quite serious that was affected due to me being depressed. And also another thing that I'll say was happening with me is there was days where I would miss school. Like, I developed a lot of social anxiety. I didn't want to be seen. I didn't want to be near people. I just wanted to be in the four walls that I was in, just locked up. Didn't want to speak to nobody. I wanted to be isolated. I think that's the best way to describe it. Isolation was definitely a symptom for me personally when it came to being severely depressed and with my mental health situation. Another thing which was, was quite worrying. There was a period of time when I was younger. Let's say, for example, if it came to like a weekend day, and obviously at that time a lot of my peers would like be going out and going parties and whatever. Obviously, due to me being a full-time carer for my mother, I wasn't able to do that. I had responsibilities. I had to look after my mum. I had to make sure her bills were paid. I had to make sure the house was kept tidy. It was a lot of responsibility, but I feel like it made me who I am today, and I don't regret a thing because it did make me stronger despite the things that I had to go through. But anyway, back to my point. Sorry, I keep going all over the place. The one thing that used to happen to me as well due to my depression is that there would be some weekends where I literally just be in my bed all day. I wouldn't eat. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I would be isolated. And to the extent, this might sound nasty, but this is my past. This is exactly what happened to me. There'll be days where I wouldn't even wash for the whole day. And I know that's absolutely trifling. But when you get to a level of depression, it stops you from doing normal day-to-day stuff. And without going into another topic, because I think I'll save that topic for another video. But, my mother that I look after you. Wow. My mum that I do look after, I've seen her at her absolute worst, even in present tense, and seen what depression has done to her. But I'm not going to speak on that because that's her personal story. But yeah, a lot of the symptoms that she went through, I also went through as well. And then on top of that, which made it a lot worse, during me going through all of the changes I was going through as a child, and dealing with so much high emotions, obviously the whole depression situation, a lot of changes going on top of all of that I was going through, I also had a moment in time in school where I was bullied as well.
What?
So you can only imagine already having all of these feelings that's coming towards you and making you feel low and like kind of pushing you down there. It's kind of like you're in a dark hole. That's kind of the best way to describe it. Like, yeah, it's a bad place to be in. On top of all of that, I was also being bullied. So I was missing school. There was times where I'd miss school. I just wouldn't turn up. To the point where a lot of departments used to turn up to my home to, you know, find out where I was because I didn't show up. Yeah, and then that also led me to quite a dark place because it was, guys, it was honestly a lot. Like, even thinking back on it, it's like it's making me emotional, but I'm not trying to cry on this video. But yeah, I don't feel like my video is making sense right now because I'm kind of going everywhere. But the best way for me to describe like depression is just being in a dark hole. So like whatever you do on your normal daily routine is not like that at all. And it's like, even if you're able to kind of get up, and depending on what age you are, whether it's going to school, going to work, it's like even though you're physically there, you're not actually there mentally. It's so hard to explain. And I feel like if you're somebody that's looking after someone that's severely depressed and, you know, is mentally ill right now, you just have to be patient. And you have to just know that regardless of the situation that they're in, they do love you so much, even if you don't understand it, even if, you know, it gets tiring or you feel like they understand but they're ignoring you. I promise you, it is literally an illness. Like, it is so serious. They're literally, have you ever watched that movie Get Out? I don't know, I think it's Get Out, where the man kind of like falls down into like this dark hole. And it's like he can see everything that's happening in the day-to-day world, but he's just not there, if that makes sense. It's kind of like that. And you start falling into a lot of bad habits, that you keep going on a downward spiral. And it takes a lot to get out of depression, like a lot. It's such a heavy, how can I explain it? It's such a heavy thing that a lot of people don't speak on. And it can be caused by so many different things as well. Anything can trigger depression. So going back to the person that is kind of going through the depression, it can feel like it's a lonely place. When I was in my worst time of depression, it felt like no one understood me. It felt like no one was able to relate to me. Sometimes I felt like I was abnormal, like what's going on with me. But as I was getting older and learning and understanding myself more, I understood that it is okay. Like, I'm going through a phase right now where unfortunately I'm in a dark space, but I knew that I was going to see the light. I knew that I was going to come out of it. And the best advice I would give to someone that is going through that is to, number one, speak to someone, whether it's a therapist, whether it's someone that's very close to you, whether it's your parents. And if you don't have, you know, a good set of friends, or if your parents are not the type of parents that you feel you can speak to, I'm sure that there's helplines out there now. I don't think there was back in my day, like I'm old, you know, but I don't think there was helplines like that back then as to what the help is available now. I know it's quite hard to get a therapist right now, but in terms of helplines, I know there's anonymous helplines that you can literally call and just speak to someone. So sometimes just getting something off your chest, it really, really helps. And if you're not comfortable doing that, another alternative is to write. That's what I used to do. I've literally got journals on top of journals. And it's quite sad, like, when I read back on it, how low I really was. But yeah, write in a journal, like, document what you're going through, even vlog it, but you don't have to upload it. You can literally just vlog it, so that when you do come out of that space, because you will, I'm praying for you, you will come out of it. It's kind of good to have to kind of look back on, to remind yourself what you've pulled yourself through. It could even be a testimony for you as well in the future. But yeah, just know it's not going to last forever. And I know it feels like you're in a lonely space. I know it feels like no one understands you. I know it feels like you kind of feel crazy sometimes. You kind of feel like you're not in the same world as other people. But yeah, you will pull through. You will get through it. And yeah, if you are in this situation, then I'm honestly praying for you, because I've been there. I've been through a lot of dark times. I think there's one specific time in my life where it was really, really bad, to the point where it led to something else, which I don't know if I'd save that for another video. I don't know how much I should break up my videos, because I've got a lot of powerful stories that could help people out there. It's like I don't want to put it all in one video, so I'm trying to work out, do I say it on this video or do I say it on another video? But I think for the purpose of this video, I'll mention it, but I probably won't go into detail, just in case, you know, you would want it as a separate video. But during my depression stages as well, I did reach a point where I was suicidal quite a lot of time. There was one occasion, to my knowledge, that I did actually try to take my life when I was younger. No one actually really knows this. So if my close people are watching this video, I'm sorry that this is how you find out. But my purpose of speaking on it is to help anybody that's kind of feeling the same way. But just please don't do it. Please, if you're at that stage of your depression where you just want everything to stop, you want all the noise to stop, you want the feelings to stop, you want it all to just end, please do not take your life. Please do not do that. God has a purpose for every single person on earth, and you will live to see your purpose. I am saying it and speaking it into your life. There is going to be better days. You do deserve to be happy. You know, there is people out there that understand you, even if they're not going through exactly the same situation with you. A lot of people that are in very, very dark and severe depression and mental health issues, you'll be surprised how much people you can actually relate to in like different ways. So yeah, please don't do it. I'm glad that at the time when I tried to, I was actually stopped, and I know that was God reminding me that it's not my time, and to keep, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm gonna cry, I'm not gonna do it, cut. I'm trying to think of other things that I went through that was a part of my depression. Another thing I would say is that I wasn't able to sleep at night. I don't know if that's a common thing, but me personally, I could not sleep at night because when it came to nighttime, I was literally up in my thoughts and I couldn't erase them. Naturally, when you're in a very low space, a lot of things will be thrown at you and dashed in your way to keep you low, basically, to keep you down. It's all about, well, obviously, since I've been studying the law of attraction, I know that it's a law of attraction thing as well. When you're in a very low space, naturally, things will keep coming into your life to keep you there. And then obviously when you're in a more higher space and you're more happy and whatever, multiple things will be sent into your life to keep you happy. It's kind of how they say it works anyway. But yeah, sleepless nights. I had a lot of sleepless nights. I was up in my thoughts to the point where I kind of fell asleep through my thoughts, if that makes sense. I wasn't really drinking as well properly, so I wasn't really hydrated. I was quite dehydrated. Kind of links to my eating disorder. That's what it was. Eating disorder. Not anorexic. I had an eating disorder, so I wasn't able to eat throughout the day. Looking at food, the smell of food was making me feel sick, and that was all due to how depressed I was within myself and the situation that I was in. What else? I'm trying to think of something else that was really, I think that was cool. What was the obvious change as well? What have I spoken on? The sleepless nights, eating disorder, social anxiety, the hygiene part of it. I'm trying to think what else. I can't think of it off the top of my head. Maybe I should have pre-wrote this down, but I wanted it to be an organic video. But yeah, I think overall, if you're a person that knows someone that's depressed or knows someone that's going through a mental issue, I don't like the word issue, mental feelings, let's say feelings. If you know someone's going through mental feelings, the most that you can do is just be there for them, you know, check in on them every now and then, because without you realizing, it actually does help. Every now and then, just ask if there's anything that you can do. Get them out of the house as well. I would say that's quite a big thing, to try and get them out of the house. Because obviously, a person that's severely depressed and has mental feelings and severely depressed, just check in on them, you know, make sure that they're okay, ask if there's anything you can do to help. Also, give space, but not too much space, because it is good to obviously give them space to an extent, so you're not suffocating them, but check in on them every now and then. If you can, take them out of the house, because sometimes with them being in the same four walls every single day, you know, they're in their feelings, they're going through that motion again, and it can also lead to different things, if that makes sense. So if you can take them for a walk, even if it's like a 10-minute walk in the park, that helps without you even realizing, because it's a change of environment. You know, if you're a person that loves to talk a lot, like tell them one of your stories to help distract them. Sometimes they may not really respond or answer. It's like they can hear you. I don't know how to explain. It's like they can hear you, but obviously they're going through what they're going through. So just be patient with them. Continue to love them through this hard time, and just know that, you know, they will come out of it. For some people, unfortunately, it takes them a long time to come out of it. And on a very sad occasion, some people don't actually come out of it, and don't have people around them, so end up in different places. But yeah, I'll just say support as much as you can, and just, if you can, don't give up on that person. And for the person that's actually going through it, just stay strong, write in a journal, take walks if you need to every single day to get some breath of fresh air. Also communicate with somebody, even if it's, like I said, even if it's a stranger, or not a stranger like that, but them helplines that's anonymous. At least you're letting it out, you're releasing your feelings to someone. If you have a friend that you trust, release it to your friend. If you have a good relationship with your parents, speak to your parents. And even another option, I think I mentioned this earlier, is to get a therapist. But I know that right now, I think they're quite hard to get, which is quite bad. But if you can get a therapist, that's even better. And I think actually back in the day, I actually had a counsellor. I'll keep her details private, because she's actually a good friend of mine now. But yeah, I remember when I was younger, I had a counsellor to speak through everything I was going through. It did actually help a lot during that time, because I was able to read my feelings to someone, because outside of my counsellor, there was no one else to talk to, literally. So yeah, just speak to someone, let it all off, you know, try not to hold it in. Try and stay hydrated. If you can, try and eat a meal. I know it's so hard when the whole eating disorder comes into the depression stages, but just find something that you really enjoy or have a passion in. Even drawing. I think drawing saved me a lot actually as well. My love for drawing and just randomly drawing, it put me in a different headspace. I wasn't really thinking about what's going on in the outside world. I was just focused on that piece that I was creating. So if your passion is reading a book, going swimming, cinema, making cakes, I don't know, whatever it is, definitely prioritize doing that and doing it a lot more to help balance out your emotions and help you. Oh, and also another thing, try and find something to be excited for, whether it's a holiday, whether it's a friend's event, whether it's, I don't know, a baby on the way or family member coming down. It's hard, but try to have something to look forward to, because that also helps to shift your emotion. Listen to a good piece of music that you like. That's a very good way. That helps me actually. I was listening to a lot of gospel music, which helped change my emotions from negative to positive quite quickly. Have a relaxing bath. There's so many different things that you can do to try and shift your emotion. But just know that you're not alone. I'm here to support you, and many people out there as well are, and it's very normal as well. Please do not think you're abnormal. But yeah, I hope that this video has helped in some way. I don't know if it was structured the best way. I hope that it kind of gave a little bit of information. I hope that if someone is out there that's currently going through mental feelings and depression, that they was able to relate to some of the things I was saying. I know that they're not alone, and to be able to keep pushing. And then if someone is obviously looking after someone that is going through those type of feelings, I hope that I helped as well, in terms of things to do and how to move around the person. But yeah, this was I keep saying this is a short video and it ends up being half an hour, but yeah, this was just a little short video to just, speak to the people out there that's going through mental feelings. I don't like the word illness, but yeah, going through mental feelings, going through depression, or if you know someone that's going through it. I hope this video helped. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more videos kind of similar to this, and just know that you're not alone. Know that you can get through it. And you know, just know you're an amazing person. Remember who you was before you fell into the depression, before you fell into the mental feelings. Know that you can get that person back. Know that your situation can change for the better. Know that you're an amazing, I think I said that already. Know that you are blessed. Know that you have a purpose in this world and you're going to live to see that purpose. And yeah, that is all for today's video. So I'm Keisha. This is Boss Diaries, and I'll see you next time in the next video. Bye.